Today I'm going to be bringing you guys along with me to show you a day in the life working at a fish store and everything that we do here to make sure our tanks stay in tip-top shape on a daily basis and our fish are as healthy as they can be, so we can offer you the best quality fish that you can find around. So let's check it out. So the first thing I do, obviously, is I start turning all the lights on. So these are all of our tanks that we have set up for sale. So I'm going to start off turning all the tanks on for sale and all the tanks with fish in them. So the next thing I do is I start to thaw some frozen food. For a lot of our fish, like discus, that have a really high metabolism, we like to feed them multiple times throughout the day. So I always give them a big old breakfast before we open. We thaw our frozen food in one of our plastic catch cups that we actually thaw inside of one of our tanks. So since it's Monday morning, I don't work on the weekends, but I always come in and top off all of the tanks so they're ready for the week. So I look through, and any tanks that are missing a lot of water or maybe sucking some bubbles if they run on a pump, I just top all of them off before we open. Now remember, whenever you're adding any water back to any tank, you always want to make sure that you use a water conditioner or a dechlorinator so the water is safe for the fish. So next I go through and I check every single fish in every single tank to make sure that they all look happy and healthy. So I always make sure that none of our fish have any signs of illness or disease or infection or anything like that. And that is always important to do every single day, especially in your tank at home, to make sure all of your fish are healthy and in tip-top shape. And if you do see anything that may be questionable, you catch it soon enough before it takes over your entire tank. We also always go through and make sure our filtration systems are completely up to par and they're working in the most efficient way that they can. And that definitely does include topping off to make sure the pumps are working in maximum capacity, making sure our filtration socks are not overflowing and nothing in our filters are clogged. As you can see here, in two of our sponge filters, overnight, two of the tubes have actually come out of the sponge itself. So I know that 2 out of our 3 sponge filters are not working at maximum capacity in this tank. So it's something I definitely want to fix before we open for the day. So one of the last things that I do to make sure that the tanks look the best that they can for when you come in to look at our wonderful fish, so I take my handy dandy car squeegee here and I wipe down the fronts of all of our big tanks. What we use in our car squeegee is that this is just plain water, and we do a little bit of the Fritz aquarium glass cleaner in with our water mixed together, and it makes it so our tanks get no streaks on it. It gives it that perfect crystal clear look. So if you are looking for that at home too, we sell Fritz Aquarium Glass Cleaner here in store. So by now it's about noontime, so it's time for me to unlock the doors and put the flag out for you, and then we'll get started on our daily maintenance. All right, another day. So by now our frozen food is good and melted, so I always go through and give a lot of our fish just an early breakfast. So now that the doors are all open and all of our fish have been checked and fed and everything is ready for the day to open, we get started on our daily maintenance, our daily water changes. So we do water changes around the clock every single day that we work to make sure that every single tank in the store gets a water change at least once a week, and that all of the tanks get wiped down entirely at least once a week as well. Of course, if we finish early, then we just start again and we keep going, so we can maintain that crystal clear water and that really great water quality, so you can get really great quality fish from us. A lot of customers always ask me why I wear a really big glove like this when I do water changes or whenever I'm doing any maintenance inside the tank. And I want to say that that is not because of anything inside of the tank harming me. That is because I have chronic dry skin on my fingers and the water only makes it worse. So this makes it a lot more comfortable for me to do water changes and not get a lot of pain on the tips of my fingers. So that's really it for a day in the life working at a fish store. That's everything I do in the morning to make sure that our tanks look the best for when you come in and check out our fish. Besides this, the rest of the day, all I'm going to be doing is just doing more water changes along our main wall and helping customers when they come in. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it gives you a little bit more insight on what we do to make sure all of our fish and all of our tanks stay as clean as possible and our fish stay in as good health as possible, so you know exactly what you're getting when you get fish from us. So like always, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in any of our locations sometime soon. And like always, keep it fresh.